Now this is how we're going to be repairing the bubbles on the EPDM. We are not sure if this is the recommended or approved method, but we think that it's going to work. If you know of any better methods of doing this, please comment below. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the bubble open, and then I'm going to flatten the EPDM, and with my scissors I'm going to cut until it's perfectly flat. The next step will be applying some primer and letting it flash off, and then we're going to apply this 3-inch seam tape. So we're treating it as a seam, so it's not necessarily a seam because that would require an overlap of 10 centimeters or about 2.5 or 3 inches on each side, which we're not going to have in this case, but I'll show you in a moment what we're going to do instead. So now let's apply the primer. The right flash of time for the seam tape is when I touch it and it doesn't stick to me. This was our first layer of protection. The second one is going to be applying this 9-inch membrane. It's the same we use for the drip edge. With this one we provide what we believe to be sufficient coverage, and it's how we compensate for this not being necessarily a seam. So the next step is going to be applying primer. I'm going to remove this cover, apply the primer, and then we apply the membrane. One important note for the seam tape, it's very important that you roll it. We have done that. Now the final step we need to do is applying sealant all around the perimeter. But here's the thing, if you apply primer, you need to wait at least 2 hours before you apply the sealant, so we're going to come back a little bit later to do that.